Good morning, all. Good morning, all. How are you doing today? It's a pleasure to have you here. Happy New Week. Today is the 14th of February 2022. Yes, and of course, we will be talking about the majors, we're talking about gold, we'll be talking about anything that moves, and of course, how to take advantage of it, right? So this is just a quick recap of what happened last week. Last week we had this last minute explosion on the precious metal gold, right? And you can see right in front of us, you notice that the gold had been bouncing off this area here of 1824. This happened to be 1824 area of resistance. And if you can see, it kept on respecting that area, kept on respecting it until we had this launch here, which pushed it a few hundred pips, right? In order to know how many pips, you can use the cross here from here to measure all the way. So this was about 400 pips to the upside on Friday. Yes, on Friday. I want to believe a lot of people were not expecting that, including myself, right? And that's what we had on the gold. Now, gold even seems to be breaking out of the higher time frame. If you notice, we had this D1 or the weekly wedge where we said this is what we're looking at for the higher time frames on gold. We'll be talking about this. You can watch the previous videos where we said we're expecting a breakout to the upside. But this breakout here, as you can see, it's not a full breakout, right? It's not a full breakout here. So this could also be considered as maybe a false breakout, assuming it rushes back in, right? And if it doesn't rush back in, maybe we could have it push higher some more, come up with test here, and then push higher some more. Don't forget, this is on the weekly time frame. So for this to happen, it will definitely take a little while. I repeat, for that to happen, it will definitely take a little while. Yes, and then also from last week, we witnessed slow price action for the greenback, for the USD, right until Thursday's CPI, the Consumer Price Index, where we noticed that EurUsd went a bit crazy. Yes, if you notice EurUsd, it went a bit crazy because throughout the period it was moving sideways and sideways. We had this sideways movement for a while until we had the CPI, and then the CPI caused a false break. First of all, we had a false break or a fake out to the downside, and then it rushed back up and it had another false break to the upside. Now, if you were caught by any of this, you were trying to sell here, you're trying to buy here, and then you got caught, please reach out to me. Let's talk. There are definitely things that you are not doing well enough. As an example, you are most likely not using a stop loss, and of course also you are not knowing your levels where to get out, right? So hopefully you are not caught, but if you were, reach out and let's have a discussion. And then we had a breakout to the downside here and a quick retest of this box area, of this range, and then what happened? We now see it going down, right? From what we have here, if this lows, right, from Friday, the Friday lows, that's last week lows as well, if they're taken out, then we should be able to get to this area easily, right? This is an area of interest as well that is yet to be tested as support. This area is key. It is yet to be tested as support, and of course, sooner than later, price should get there and then retest, right? Nothing much for today. The economic calendar for today is pretty light, right? And that means that for today only we have the FOMC member Bullard, who will be on the wires, will be giving a speech by 4 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. UK time, right? For this week, the highlight, of course, as usual, based on the geopolitical tension that has been, nobody is really sure what's happening anymore. But based on Russia and Ukraine, the German Vice Chancellor, he said that they might as well be on the verge of war in Europe, right? So let's see how that boils down. Hopefully hopefully they come to an agreement. And apart from that also, you'll also notice something. You notice for a while, COVID-19 has been on the back burner, has taken a back seat amidst the geopolitical tensions, the inflation. Yes, of course, the inflation and yes, the possible Boris Johnson eviction, right, over the Downing Street lockdown party. Let's see how that one plays out as well. Are they going to send him packing, or will they vote for confidence and then he still remains their prime minister? Let's see how that goes, right? So nothing much on the radar for today. Today is a Monday and it should be pretty quiet, right? But don't forget, never lose guard and always ensure your stop loss is in place. And then Aussie, we've been looking at the Aussie for a while, and this has been, if you look at this is very dirty. No clue whatsoever as to what's happening. So there's some instruments that you might not find any opportunity at all, but there's some that might be cleaner than some others. And then on this Loonie, the dollar card, you can see we've been looking at these areas for a while now, and you can see these areas have been acting as a form of support. And you can see we had like a fall break here and then push back. So this basically is still within the major range over here. This is still within the major range over here, right? So this is just a quick one to talk about what happened last week, and of course what we're expecting today. And today should be quiet, let the market act, and then we react, right? So basically be on the low, no need to try to force anything out of the market. Let the market come to you, and then you try to take advantage. When the market acts, then you react after. So enjoy the rest of the day, ensure to trade safely, make sure your stop loss is in place, and use the appropriate risk management where necessary. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions whatsoever, comment below. If you want to learn more about support and resistance, price action, how to read and understand the market just like an open book, then don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you. It has indeed been a good one, and happy new week once again. Goodbye.